Yeah, good. Hello, everyone. So today my workshop is gonna concentrate on swipe events in React, and by doing so, uh, I'm gonna do that with a little library called React Swipeable Views. I'm gonna start with the basic structure on Create React App as we have it here. So pretty much as we did learn until now, we're gonna start pretty much with the empty canvas to provide us a better view how this library is working. We're just gonna do a very basic, um, sorry, let's see, a very basic structure. Let's see. So very basic, nothing new pretty much until here. So now I'm gonna install, let me see if we have, no, we don't have a bash one, so we're gonna quickly install the library that we need. That's gonna be npm install react swipeable views. I think I did write it correctly. Let me double check that. Yeah. And it will install the library that we're going to use to demonstrate swipe events very quickly. It's quite a small one. Actually, on React Native, it's experimental, but we're going to use it for the web view today. Okay, it's actually version 0.13, so it's quite new in the npm. Sorry, just halfway through there. In the meantime, while the library is being installed, let's create another component that we're gonna actually run this exercise. Let's call it swipe view. Okay, don't know what is that one. Okay, and let's try to import React from React. And I think no, still installing that library. Sorry for the wait. Let's try to import actually in the meantime. A second. Okay, from React. It's not yet installed. I'm just gonna. Okay. Views. Okay. Almost there. Sorry, probably should be installed already just to go quicker to the example. So pretty much in the meantime, we're gonna use this one to import it here. No, sorry. Actually, should be called as the component swipe view. Okay, and import it. Okay, just a second. We have that component already, library, sorry, already installed. React Swipeable Views, version 0.13 there. And let's create the component quickly. So I preview that we're gonna have rendered at one point once we're doing the logic. Okay, exactly the indentation. What is okay? So now it's better, the indentation. So let's work on our component that pretty much, if you can see for the moment, we have an error because we don't have anything written in our component. We need to define a couple of things. So first we're gonna declare the styling. So we're gonna have a variable where we're gonna store that. We're gonna have a main box that we're gonna call it slide, and we're gonna declare the default style of it with the padding, say 15, and we're gonna have a minimum height. Okay. Okay. Minimum height. Okay, got it this time. Of 100, and we're gonna choose a simple color. Let's say white. So where's the pound key? Sorry, Ricardo, if you can help me out with the pound key on your keyboard. The pound, hash. Yeah. Hash, yes, hash, yeah.
The hash should be here. No,
that's the pound.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much for your support. And we're going to define it as white. And, okay, was actually surrounded by commas, that one. Yeah, pretty much that's it here. And otherwise we're gonna use 3 slides that can be switched over from left to right and the other way around. So this is the main box pretty much defined, like how it's gonna be rendered into the page. But apart from that, we're gonna need to define each slide with a different background. That's the only thing that we want to change here. So I'm gonna change the color of the background on each of the slides. Okay, let me quickly copy the hash. So we're gonna use a couple of predefined colors here, and let's see. And that's pretty much the only property that we want to change on each one. We're gonna define another 2. Let me actually copy. Anyway, let's slide 2 is gonna be with a different background color. Let's say okay, just a second, let's copy everything, just change the hex color. V3D C4A. Okay, and a final slide number 3. Let's not forget the comma here. Okay, slide number 3. We're gonna define as well a background color. Okay, and let's have a different color on the 3rd slide, comma here, and C6A, C0, FF, let's say. Okay, so pretty much that's our styles defined here. And next we're gonna do pretty much the behavior. We're gonna define the component itself, sorry, and let's call it my component, or whatever component. And we're gonna use arrow function to define it. Let's see. Okay, and here we're gonna pretty much use JSX, and we're gonna use from the library itself something called swipeable views. That's gonna be our wrapper, and inside we're gonna use some divs to declare the style and what to assign each time that we're changing the boxes that we're seeing with the background. So, okay, style, sorry. Object assign. And here we have an empty object that we're going to put everything in. Style.slide. We're going to take the original slide and introduce inside of it the property that we're changing. Sorry, that's slide 1 actually. Closing the div. And inside of the div, we're going to put the text on the box that we want to be displayed. In our case, let's say slide 1 for simplicity reasons. And pretty much we can do that with all of the 3 divs, just changing obviously that we want in the second one to have slide 2 be replaced here and slide 3. Same on the text that is going to be displayed. Okay, and at the end we can use either at the end to export what we just built, in our case that's component, or we can use this export method on top of it. It's a personal choice actually. My choice is to use it in the oh no, actually in this case, because we're using const, we cannot, because we didn't declare it as a function or a class, so it's actually better left at the end. It's not going to throw us any error. Now if we're going into the browser, yep. Sorry, to? What do you mean to return? No, you don't need actually, I think.
Yes, the component doesn't return anything.
We're here. Well, from what I did use, pretty much I use it in here to have it something like a swipeable event, I think. No, sorry. Just a second, bear with me, please.
So, Florin, it's
yes.
much easier than that. Your component
yes.
doesn't return anything.
Yes, true.
Where is the return statement?
Oh yeah, you're right actually, yes. Sorry. So we need to actually yeah, not to use.
You can use an arrow function, but instead of using.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yes.
Curly braces. What should we use? Guys?
Yes. Return
parentheses. Correct.
Parentheses. Yeah, and put everything inside. True. Okay. Sorry, total missed that part. And let's format that for readability purpose. Okay, and we can now, if we're should work, style not defined. Okay. Yeah, should be imported when we imported the swipeable views. It's automatically imported.
It's because you've got styles at the top and style like that. Yes. So
sorry, where?
If you go to the top.
Yes.
Just take off the S.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. true. Yeah, publish with styles. Yes, indeed. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Alex. So now we can actually see something in our browser, but obviously, if I'm trying to slide the mouse, it's not gonna do a thing. Defaulting in showing us just slide one, and the very simple way to change that is to do enable mouse events. And if we're going back to our browser, if we're pulling, you can see the next slide. And usually you can define with additional events at what threshold you want for it to be persistent, because if I'm swiping like around 30%, it's not going to do anything. By default, it's almost at 51%, at least 50% usually. It's depending. You can build something similar if you know on your mobile email a client, you have something like that when you're looking at your emails, and when you're pulling left or right to delete or to reply to that email, that's automatically built to be between 15 to 30% on each side on whatever event you're trying to trigger, really, delete the email or reply it. So it's pretty much the same functionality, but just some extra events put on the container, more or less. I don't know if you guys have extra questions. I'm all ears.
Do you have to use a library to achieve that result? Can you do it without a library?
Obviously you can build it from scratch and define every event that you want to trigger and apply it, target it on whatever element you're trying to do. But this is the easiest library that I found just to do a very basic show and tell, so to speak. Obviously, you have another ones that are more complicated. I can send you some links if you want. They're like actually two. They're more popular, so to speak, in the NPM in the package. But yeah, this is the quickest way to like just prototype something very quickly.
It actually works horizontally.
Yes, indeed. This library from the documentation, I didn't found how to use it vertically very easy. It's a bit complicated, or they don't have full support for it. So for if you want to do it vertical, obviously I would suggest you either try another library or look better into the documentation for this one. I didn't find the solution yet, so I cannot advise at the moment. Anything else? Okay, thank you very much, guys.